Hi everyone, Cosmic Mango here, your favourite mango from outer space. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. I just want to say a big thank you to all my subscribers. We did it, we managed to hit 1,000 total subscribers. A milestone I set myself around a year and a half ago. It's taken a while, but I've really enjoyed the ride. This is a hobby of mine that I really love. Thank you all for sticking around and subscribing to my YouTube channel. Now, on to new goals and targets. It'll be an honour if you could all stay alongside me. I'm going to try my best to make even better content next year. Okay, so let's get into today's video. The year 2023 was an interesting one for Magic. We had loads of new sets, and with that means new commanders. With the new year approaching, I thought it'd be a cool idea to talk about my opinion on the best commanders released this year in 2023. I've made a top 10 list for all of you to enjoy. Before we start, I'd like to quickly mention my friends at Paramount Designs. They make amazing playmats with fantastic quality. If you're interested in picking up a new playmat with great artwork, check out the link in my description below, which is offering a special discount code for my YouTube viewers. Okie dokie everyone, without further ado, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Number 1. Urtet, Remnant of Memnarch. A legendary Merr artifact creature that costs 3 generic mana to cast. It has 2 power and 2 toughness and says the following. Whenever you cast a Merr spell, create a 1/1 colorless Merr artifact creature token. At the beginning of combat on your turn, untap each Merr you control. For 1 of each mana and tap, put 3 +1/+1 counters on each Merr you control, activate only during your turn. So, Urtet is a very powerful commander, and why I like him so much is because he has officially given a leader for the Merr creature type. Finally, Merrs have a solid option for a commander. He only costs us 3 generic mana to cast, which is easily achieved and means he can effectively be cast early on in the game. We are rewarded each time we cast a Merr creature, as we get a Merr token. This ability can quickly get you ahead and create a large Merr army. His final ability is just pure awesome, but it requires 1 of each mana. This can be a little bit tricky, so you're going to want to have a good mana base in the deck, and remember, you're going to want to be playing Merrs that tap for mana. There's quite a few of them out there, so definitely throw those into the deck too. If you're looking for a Merr commander, then Urtet is perfect, and you can buy this commander for around $2.50. Number 2. Talion, Kindly Lord. A legendary Theory Noble creature that costs 1 black, 1 blue, and 2 generic mana to cast. She has 3 power and 4 toughness and says the following. Flying. As Talion the Kindly Lord enters the battlefield, choose a number between 1 and 10. Whenever an opponent casts a spell with mana value, power, or toughness equal to the chosen number, that player loses 2 life and you draw a card. I love Talion. I think she's an excellent commander and will forever be a viable option in the commander format. Her ability is both unique and very strong. The fact we even get to draw a card of her triggered ability alongside 2 life to your opponents is absurdly powerful. Talion offers an alarming good amount of card advantage for us and a solid life sap towards your opponents. She can really build up pressure very fast. Find ways to trigger her ability multiple times a game, maybe by bouncing her back and forth to the battlefield for example, and you'll be having an absolute blast picking each number. Before long, all your opponents have lost all their life and you'll be sitting there with a handful of cards. You can buy this commander for around $6.50. Number 3. Thalia and Gitrog monster. A legendary human folk creature that costs 1 green, 1 black, 1 white, and 1 generic mana to cast. It has 4 power and 4 toughness and says the following. First strike, Death Touch. You may play an additional land on each of your turns. Creatures and non-basic lands your opponents control enter the battlefield tapped. Whenever Thalia and the Gitrog monster attacks, sacrifice a creature or land, then draw a card. Okay, what's better than a warrior riding a giant frog into battle? Not much. That's all I actually have to say about this commander. I mean, it looks amazing, but the card has a whole load of amazing abilities too, making this commander just pure sweet. We have access to 3 solid color choices and casting cost of 4, which is pretty solid as well, considering how much this commander actually offers. I personally feel like going the landfall route is the most fun with Thalia and the Gitrog monster. However, this commander really opens the doors for deck brewing, which is great and versatile. You can buy this commander for around $3. Number 4. Sidar, Jabari of Zhalfir, a legendary human knight creature that costs 1 black, 1 blue, 1 white, and 1 generic mana to cast. He has 4 power and 3 toughness and says the following. Eminence, whenever you attack with 1 or more knights, if Sidar, Jabari of Zhalfir is in the command zone or on the battlefield, draw a card, then discard a card. Flying First Strike, whenever Sidar, Jabari deals combat damage to a player, return target knight creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. It's been a while since we've had an Eminence commander, and Eminence is bonkers. Being able to not even have to cast your commander to make it viable is just absurdly powerful. But don't get me wrong, I'm down for it. This commander looks super enjoyable. This is a solid option for knight typal decks. If you're looking for a powerful commander to play that gives you access to great card draw and reanimation, then Sidar is an excellent choice for you. And you can buy this commander for around $1. Number 5. Pantlaza, Sun Favored, a legendary dinosaur creature that costs 1 white, 1 green, 1 red, and 2 generic mana to cast. It has 4 power and 4 toughness and says the following. Whenever Pantlaza, Sun Favored, or another dinosaur enters the battlefield under your control, you may discover X, where X is that creature's toughness. Do this only once each turn. Exile cards from the top of your library until you exile a non-land card with that mana value or less. Cast it without paying its mana cost, or put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom in a random order. I love this commander. In fact, the more I look at this commander, the more I want to build it. Dinosaurs are just sweet, super sweet at the moment, and an awesome tribe indeed. The sheer amount of board advantages Pantlaza can generate for you over the game is nuts, like really nuts. You can do all sorts of cool things with this commander. I've seen some really cool decks being brewed online. You can brew a range of decks and power levels. I've even seen deck lists online that run a huge amount of lands, like in the high 90s, like 95, 96 lands, and the rest of the cards are just combo pieces used to really abuse Pantlaza's ability and snatch wins very fast. Personally though, I think the most fun anyone can have with this commander is going dinosaur typal route and flood the board with loads of cute dinosaurs to trample over your opponent's life totals with. I mean, that's the route I'm most likely going to go if I build this commander. You can buy this commander for around $3. Number 6. Rowan, Scion of War, a legendary human wizard creature that costs 1 red, 1 black, and 1 generic mana to cast. She has 4 power and 2 toughness and says the following. Menace. Tap spells you cast this turn that are black and or red cost X less to cast, where X is the amount of life you lost this turn. Activate only as a sorcery. Rowan is a crazy powerful commander, okay? I mean, being able to reduce the casting cost of spells we cast after tapping Rowan is huge and really easily achieved. The spell reduction cost that she offers us is massive, and you can cast multiple spells that turn with the casting cost reduction, not just one. I mean, it's nuts. So you could cast like 3 spells and have them all cost 5 less to cast. You can buy this commander for around $1.50. Number 7. Sauron, the Dark Lord. A legendary avatar horror creature that costs 1 red, 1 black, 1 blue, and 3 generic mana to cast. He has 7 power and 6 toughness and says the following. Ward, sacrifice a legendary artifact or legendary creature. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, amass Orcs 1. Whenever an army you control deals combat damage to a player, the ring tempts you. Whenever the ring tempts you, you may discard your hand. If you do, draw 4 cards. I still can't get over the fact that we have Lord of the Ring cards in Magic the Gathering now. It's so cool, and having Sauron as your commander, I mean, the world we live in is amazing, huh? So Sauron offers a lot of great and juicy card text. He has Ward, which makes him hard for opponents to target, and pretty unique Ward too that will make your opponents think twice before they actually do target this creature. Sauron rewards us each time our opponents cast a spell as we get to amass Orcs 1. This ability is actually very interesting and I think will likely be overlooked quite often, but it's very powerful. We get highly rewarded each time an army we control deals combat damage. And finally, whenever the ring tempts us, we may discard our whole hand, and if we do, we get 4 new cards. This is very sweet and I'm really into it. Sauron is a hyper powerful commander, and you can buy this commander for around $6. Number 8. Elish Norn, Mother of Machines. A legendary Phyrexian Praetor creature that costs 1 white and 4 generic mana to cast. She has 4 power and 7 toughness and says the following. Vigilance. If a permanent entering the battlefield causes the trigger ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. Permanents entering the battlefield don't cause abilities of permanents your opponents control to trigger. This version of Elesh Norn feels like a Palm Harmonicon on steroids, and we all know how powerful that artifact spell is. If you want to run a deck that revolves around a lot of enter the battlefield triggers, then this is a solid contender for you. Elesh Norn highly rewards us each time we trigger an enter the battlefield effect, but what makes her super nasty is the fact she shuts down our opponent's enter the battlefield effects. As she states, permanents entering the battlefield don't cause abilities of permanents your opponents control to trigger. This command is hyper powerful and will likely always be relevant in the format, as Magic the Gathering continues to print more enter the battlefield cards in the future. It's a popular mechanic after all, and it's been around for a very long time. Just be warned, your opponents will likely insta-remove this commander, so try to throw hexproof onto her as fast as you can. We need as much protection as possible. You can buy this commander for around $23. Number 9. Itali, Primal Conqueror. A legendary elder dinosaur, creature that costs 2 red and 5 generic mana to cast. It has 7 power and 7 toughness and says the following. Trample. When Itali Primal Conqueror enters the battlefield, each player exiles cards from the top of their library until they exile a non-land card. You may cast any number of spells from those non-land cards exiled this way without paying their mana costs. For 9 generic mana and either 1 green or 2 life, transform Itali, activate only as a sorcery. The backside of this commander is Itali Primal Sickness, and it says the following. Trample Indestructible. Whenever Itali Primal Sickness deals combat damage to a player, they get that many poison counters. Crazy. Oof, a lot of card text here, and it's a lot of good card text. This commander is bonkers. Itali has it all, from stealing your opponent's cards to knocking them out with poison counters. This big dinosaur is a real threat, and I think it can be an absolute blast to pilot. You can buy this commander for around $20. Number 10, the final card on my list. Atraxa, Grand Unifier. A legendary Phyrexian angel creature that costs 1 black, 1 blue, 1 white, 1 green, and 3 generic mana to cast. She has 7 power and 7 toughness and says the following. Flying, Vigilance, Death Touch, Lifelink. When Atraxa Grand Unifier enters the battlefield, reveal the top 10 cards of your library. For each card type, you may put a card of that type among the revealed cards into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Atraxa made her return this year, and this card did her justice. Once again, she is hyper powerful. If you bounce this Atraxa, her effect will trigger again, meaning you can really abuse her enter the battlefield effect with ease. She has a fantastic design that allows you to freely build her however you really wish, to be honest. I think commanders that generate such freedom and deck building are perfect for the format and bring with them a breath of fresh air for new and old players. Be warned, many will likely hate playing against this commander and complain about her power level. She's very powerful. Attractor gives us access to 4 colours, all but 1, which is the colour red, which isn't too bad for us. This can really help get your deck building flowing and make the process even more challenging and enjoyable. The card art is beautiful. You can buy this commander for around $24. Okay everyone, we have come to the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for making this far, you absolutely rock. If you did enjoy the video, please could drop a like, comment and subscribe to the channel. I'd really like to know if you have any recommendations on who you believe is the best commander released in 2023. If you do, please share it in the comment section below. Once again everyone, thanks so much for helping me get to 1,000 subscribers. It really does mean the world to me. I'm wishing you all a happy new year, and I hope the new year brings you a lot of joy and happiness. Thanks for watching everyone, and as always, take care and goodbye. See you next year.